Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about taking pics, editing pics, all that good stuff in between. In this video, I'm breaking it down for you. You're getting the details. I'm going to do it in front of you guys. This is where it happens. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Alli, and if you like my style, then follow me on Depop because I'm also selling clothes as well. You know the deal. So if I want to take some pics, first off, I'll pick out a super cool outfit, of course. I'll definitely do something more colorful. And with that being said, when I go out to take pictures, I also try to find a location that matches my outfit. I feel like the best places for me is like parks, or even stores where there's a lot of color. Honestly, I just jumped into it and was just like, hey, let's take pictures. I'm just gonna model as if I am a model until I got to a point where like I feel more comfortable doing it. But if it's your first time and you want to have some cool poses, maybe practice in front of a mirror and just figure out where your angles are and what poses look good with the outfit that you're wearing. If you practiced in the mirror, you could also take pictures so that you can look at those pictures when you're gonna model and be like, okay, I want to do this pose. Or like I do, I honestly just keep moving my body in different ways, just like putting my hands in random areas until I figure out something that I think looks kind of cool or feels right. And also, you want to have good posture. There's a bunch of times where like I'll take a good picture and my face will look good, but I'll be like slouched over and I'm like, now I have to trash this picture. Like, I'm so disappointed because I could not keep my back straight. So make sure you So when you're actually in the process of taking pictures, you want to stay in the sunlight and you want to avoid taking pictures like during the middle of the day when the sun is high up, because it will cast a shadow on your face and you don't want that. You want your face to be bright, beautiful in there. Definitely like either early in the morning or during the evening would be the best times. That's when I try to. So you also want to get somebody to take pictures of you that you're going to feel comfortable posing in front of. My boyfriend takes my pictures. One thing is that I do have to like guide him through it. I mean, you would think that the boy would know my angles after taking my pictures 500 times, but no, he'll still mess up and take really bad pictures of me. And so I always have to tell him like, oh, do it in that angle, try and get this in the background. So make sure you're kind of doing both of the jobs, especially if the person taking your pictures isn't like a photographer. They might not know what you want. Another thing that he will do is take pictures at a lower angle, like pointing up at me, because it makes me look taller. Sometimes it looks cool when he's like above me and looking down. Like that could be a cool pose, but no matter what, I think you should just try a bunch of different angles depending on where you are. Stand on different objects. Like sometimes I'll just sit on top of things. So just be creative with your surroundings as well. That'll definitely help to make the picture more cohesive with everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And also, when you have somebody else taking your pictures, you'll definitely want to stop a couple times and check how the pictures are looking so that you can make sure that it's going good. Because if you are doing bad and they just keep taking pictures, like then you're just gonna have another 500 pictures that you won't like, and that happens to me all the time. So make sure you check your pictures and point out to the person taking your pictures which ones you like so that they can have a better idea of what you want. And the last tip that I'm gonna give you guys for actually taking the pictures is to just have full confidence in taking pictures, have fun with it, and just be creative with, your whole body posture, your poses, your surroundings. I mean, if you're gonna be taking pictures in public, like expect people to be looking at you. That just happens. I do pictures and there will be people walking behind me, families like in the background, and I'm like, I really don't care. Like at this point, I'm just super used to it. So just keep doing it. It'll get easier. You'll figure out what you like. You got it, girl, boy, you got it. So now when it comes to picking the pictures, you probably have over 1,000 pictures right now and you are trying to figure out how are you gonna narrow it down. Well, it's pretty easy. If you have an iPhone, I usually just heart the pictures that I like, I favorite them, and then I delete the extra ones, and then I'll go through again and unheart the ones that I'm not like too crazy about. And then once I narrow that down, I'll look at the ones that are favorited and I'll add the ones that I super like to an album that I'll just name like whatever, extra like or something. That way you know which ones are worth editing and which ones are just cool, but you know, maybe you want to save them for yourself. Okay, so when we're editing, the first thing that I'm going to do is just pick a cool picture. I'm going to do a closer up one that I really like, and we're going to go to Facetune first, and I'll just retouch it. Honestly, I just go in the order of things that are listed here, but I actually just started using this app and I've seen a significant change in how my pictures look, so I definitely recommend it. I'll just go through with the whiten tool, and honestly, the only thing that I think I want to whiten is probably my eyes, because they look a little bit yellow because of how the sun is shining on me. These are just examples. I'll whiten some of the clouds in the background. And that looks good. And then for the smooth tool, I'll usually probably smooth some of my clothes, like around my back area. I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. I'm also going to smooth some parts of my face, like my laugh lines and parts of my cheek that has like bumps on it, on the sides of my nose where I have like acne, and maybe between my eyebrows a little bit. But I don't leave it all the way up. I'll only put it like a little bit. And then we're gonna go to details, and I love this one. I'm gonna detail some of my hat just to make it look more furry, and I'm going to detail some of my hair because it usually gives it like more shine. And I'm gonna detail my earring just to make it pop a little bit more, and the background where the trees are. I'm also going to detail my eyes just so that they pop out more. And for glow, there's not a whole lot that I want to glow in this picture just because it's already so warm and so bright. But I will try to glow my belt maybe a little bit and bring that down. And moving on to conceal, I'm definitely going to conceal under my eyes because they are looking really sleepy, and on top of my eyes a little bit, but I'm gonna bring it down because I don't like it to be too crazy. And I'm gonna use the matte tool to take away some of the glossiness on my face, like on my cheeks. I'm actually gonna leave the one on my nose because I think that's kind of cute. Then we're gonna go to Vibrance, and Vibrance is honestly my favorite tool on here. This is where I brighten the sky to make it more blue. I have to, I do this every time. And I also am gonna make my hat pop out a lot more. Usually I will also make my clothes a lot more vibrant, but because of the way the sun is hitting on it, it's like already pretty bright, so I'm not gonna touch it. Now we're gonna save it, and we're gonna go to Visco. I know a lot of people like to pick a filter first and then go into editing it, but personally I just go and edit it from scratch, and I go in the order that is listed here as well. I'll go to exposure, and for this picture I think I like it kind of lower, just a little bit. The contrast, raise it just a little bit. I'm gonna go to the sharpen tool and sharpen it about 1. Saturation, you guys know I'm always about saturating my pictures. I usually do highlights, and I'm gonna make it about 0.8. Shadows, I'm actually not gonna mess with shadows because I like the grass being darker. Temperature, I usually make it warmer for my pictures, but this one is already so warm, so I'm gonna do the opposite and make it a little bit colder. Tint is usually a place where I will try and edit my skin tone, as well as the skin tone edit feature as well. Skin tone, I'm gonna leave it about right there, just a little bit, And I don't always use vignette. I always say vinaigrette. I don't know why. But I'm gonna use it for this one because I think it looks kind of cool. It fits the style. And I always use green, like I always do. But I never go higher than 2. I don't always use fade, but I'm gonna use this one just a little bit at 0.5. Shadows tint. A lot of times I'll do the shadows and the highlights tint depending on what I'm wearing or what's in the background. So like for this one, I might do green and leave it at like 0.9. And the highlights, I would do like blue since the sky is in the background. And voila, that is how I edit it. Now we're just gonna save it to the camera roll at actual size because I like to get the best quality that I can. The next step in collaging, I always go to Fonto. And basically when I make my own backgrounds, I make it from scratch on here, because that's the only way that I can make custom backgrounds that match my outfit. And I always just use the colors that are in the picture. So like for example, I'm wearing a pink, green, and orange shirt, so I'll use those colors. I'll probably use like a green background like that. I'll apply it and I'll change the image size to what I'm going to use on Instagram. I'll just do 1538 by 2048. And I go to the add item tool, and this is where I add stripes or any kind of shapes. I'm going to do stripes this time, and I use the square tool. I change the size to however I want it to be. So for width, I'm going to make it all the way high, and then I'm going to change the height to like 50. I'm gonna do pink. So I'm gonna change this to a better shade that I have wearing in my picture. And then I'm just gonna go and add the square tool so many times. Make the width all the way high and then adjust the height to the same number as the other one, which was 50. And this actually takes me quite a bit of time. It's just, I'm like pretty used to doing it. And I mean, I change it around every time that I make it. It's just, you just want to get creative with it and see like what you have to deal with. And you can also like download fonts on here and do different shapes if you can find like shape fonts. Okay, so now I made my stripes, and sometimes I will go to Google and search in like any kind of PNGs, like a yellow squiggle PNG. When you're picking out a PNG, you want to make sure that it has the boxes in the background. That one doesn't, but this one does, and that's how you know that it'll be like a see-through background. So I'll save that to my phone. And I'll go back here and then I'll add image, and I will select that picture and add it. I'll make the width wide and adjust the height. We'll do 85. So you'll just want to add that a couple times as well. So now that I actually finished editing that part, I'm going to save it to my phone, because on top of this, we're going to layer some of my pictures, and when you're layering, it can get mixed up with other things that you already layered. So we want that to just be the background now. So I'll go to photo albums, select the picture that we just made, and it has these lines on it, which is not supposed to be there, but I didn't realize that was in the picture. So I won't use this background in the future, but this is just a demo anyways. I'm gonna make this one like pretty simple for you guys, and I'm gonna select the picture that we just made and change the size because I want that to be the main picture. And I'll select another picture with poop on my shoe. Usually I'll choose like a cool shape. I could do circle, and I can change like how I want the shape to look. But this time I just want it to be a regular circle, and I'll just edit it and put it up here. And then I'll go through with the item tool again and select a cool color. This time I'm going to change the color to orange since I have it in the pictures. and try and adjust it to the same shade of orange. So we'll change the width just the same and the height just the same, and then I'm just going to layer that back there, put this on top, and then move this behind it. So you just want to get creative with it and just see what other kind of items they have and tools. One of my favorites is these bottom ones down here that are see-through in the middle, and I'm just gonna adjust this to the size of this up here, and I'm gonna make that picture a little bit smaller so we can fit it, and I'm gonna put this around it and maybe change the stroke so that it's thinner and change the size so that it's smaller, and voila, that is a super simple picture of what I would post on Instagram. And yeah, so I'll save it and it's ready to be posted. So I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell, and if you want to know any other tutorials or just how to or anything, then just let me know and I will get to it. Okay, love you, bye, see you later.